Good morning, traders. Today is Wednesday, May 7th. It's 9:41 on the East Coast. My name is Joseph. I'm with Smart Money Traders. Before I get into my analysis, let me just say this is for educational purposes only. This is not a recommendation to buy or sell any futures contract or foreign exchange contracts. Trading is risky, and make sure that you know what you're doing because you may lose all your money if you don't. And even when you do, you still may lose. So, with that said, let's look at this market here. Today, we're looking at LE. It's kind of chopping around here. The last day was kind of like a chop day. The last really couple days. So, we're in that range on LE here. Looks like we'll be below the VWAP on the top left here. So, going lower here may be the way we go. So, let's wait for to see how it's gonna go here. Lower might be the direction here today. Just looking at this here, honestly, we could probably give it 10 ticks. What 60? I don't know if we were to go short here. Definitely. Let me check. Um, let's see here, 57. So we're looking to take a shot on early here if it presents itself, if the opportunity presents itself. But here we like not the Geiger counter, you know. Looks like the Bulls are still in control here. Just sometimes when you see those spikes like this on the Geiger counter, could be an indication some stops are being triggered. So yeah, meaning they're bringing higher. So at the moment, definitely look like let me just move this down. So it's really early. It's 9:44. So let's give it another minute and see how things go here. Now ES is trying to climb higher. Just be careful. ES, you're going into the VWAP at 53 and a half. That could be a bounce point here to the downside. Let's look at NQ. If you're trading NQ, NQ is looking to move higher. To move higher here. All right. Okay. So we're getting a pink back on Ellie here. Let's see if we can get a negative bar, maybe a little pullback at 50. Okay. Still not clear here. Yeah. Okay. Let me know in the chat how things are going. few. Let's see. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Noah. Well, good thing we didn't go short here on Ellie. Again, in trading, a lot of times it's not the winners that's gonna make you. It's really avoiding those losers. Right now, Ellie looks definitely wants to go push higher, at least for the moment. So we're above VWAP here. Let's see if we can get a couple bars pull back and then go higher. The instrument we've been looking at lately is let's see, this is from yesterday's trading. Another instrument we've been looking at to trade is soybeans. We used to trade soybeans all the time. I used to trade soybeans all the time, but lately not much. But yesterday I looked at it, and right now we're hitting the VWAP. We may be going lower here. ES here is definitely ranging the last 4 minutes. He has been kind of ranging here in the zone. So it looks like it's breaking higher at the moment. Well, Ellie looks like he wants to go higher. So all we gotta do right now is gonna wait for a pullback for Ellie to go long. I'm guessing here at this time. ES is selling off right now. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting a nice push down on ES and then Q here. I think we may have some news today. Let me double check. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we got FOMC at 2 p.m. But I thought we had some 10 o'clock news. So yeah, today trading the indices will be tricky because we got that FOMC coming. So, and we know with FOMC, it's really about sentiment. You know, what moves the market is not so much. A lot of it is fundamentals, and you can look at technicals and things like that. But ultimately, it's the sentiment of how people feel about certain news. Because the news can be negative and the market goes up. It can be positive and the market goes down. So it's just to the extent how people feel about the news. Yeah, definitely. The market is definitely selling hard all of a sudden here. I mean, now if you're looking at it from a technical, let's look at ES. We're in that resistance zone here for about a good 4 or 5 minutes, and I said, hey, we're in resistance, we're ranging. Then boom, that was a signal to go short on the Raptor, another signal to go short here. So let's find out. Let's see. I think we might, if we're gonna be trading the indices, definitely we gotta do it early enough, not close to later, because we have FOMC coming up. LE, before you came in here, Jimmy, we had LE going lower at the beginning. I wanted to short it right here, but the Geiger counter was still green. I'm like, okay, there's something that's not making too much sense here. So we're waiting for a pullback here now to go long. It looks like that's where it wants to go. That's why we have on the 30-minute here on the bottom right. We got LE here. It's really not pretty. I mean, when you look at this price action the last 2 days, it hasn't been pretty at all. So let's wait and see here. Now, 97.5 was 97.5 was resistance. So they went up there and got to resistance. To 82.5 here, we can try to go long if we get a positive bar to the upside here. But so let's see if we can do 77.5 here. Okay. LE wants to go lower here, it looks like. 72.5 would be the next place I'd like to go long if it's gonna tag us in. Because 57.5 is like the line is saying here. If we go above that, we probably want to go long. And just happened that it's right above VWAP is right below our entry. So let's see here if we can go long. almost okay. We got tagged in here. We'll see. My stop would be below here at 37 and a half. So my stop is going to be at 37 and a half. Not giving it the full 20 ticks. Below the swing here. I think there's plenty of room. We're a long alley here. Let's see if we can. If we make a new high, let's say we go to 214.15 here. Yeah, we'll be at break even. Like above 214 here, we'll probably move our stop a little tighter. Well, down 6 ticks. I think I'm risking. Is it 25? I'm risking 13 ticks at the moment. So this is what it is. It doesn't look. Might be get caught here. The wrong side of alley. Just fine. If that's the case. We got in and it's starting to range. So today, because it's FOMC, I think it's gonna be quick here. If it's either we're gonna trade a lead profitably here, or because I don't think I feel like touching the indices today at all because of FOMC. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they just tag us in for a couple ticks. We're up a couple ticks, so obviously it wasn't enough for us to move our stop. Alright, usually my emergence stops at 20 ticks, so 25 would be, if they make a no low here, this is when I would say, okay, I'm out. It might be one of those situations that let's stick with the original stop, because obviously it's ranging here. Because if he comes back down here and tag you out, you're still really not wrong technically, because that swing's still uh, available. I mean, it's still valuable. So I gotta remember my original stop was at 22, so I'm gonna keep that in place here. It's 20, well, it's 22 and a half, yeah. Let me see YouTube. Any questions? Any comments? How things are going for you guys out there? Let me know what you guys are trading. Right now I'm trading LE live cattle. And a little bit taking some heat on it. So, so no. You're trading NQ and the indices now. It's really going back and forth, up and down here. I think no clear direction. So let's look at the 30 minutes, for example, for NQ. Yeah. beginning we got a nice little sell off. Then now we're bouncing higher. Let's go back to LE and the bigger picture here. Looks like he wants to go lower. So what we're gonna do here? Take a new low here, maybe below the swing. We'll bail out because that's yeah. Let's just wait for it to make it. Emergency stop still in place, but a virtual stop here is at 37.5. Got this out to 37.5. We may just close this trade. Yeah. Yeah. This point, just let it hit the emergency stop. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised to see they take me out here in this support zone and then push it higher here. That's usually, yeah, that's frustrating part with trading at times. Timing, definitely my entry here wasn't the best. I'm not even saying that in hindsight because when this thing bounced back up here to 75 and tagged me in, I was up 2 ticks at one point, but that was it. And started going lower. Give it the room that it really needed. Because here we know how now we're really out of it because he broke the support. I think it was at 22 and a half. So right now it's looks like he wants to bounce higher. To YM. So let B WAP here. Wants to go. Looks like he wants to bounce higher here. Yeah, exactly. That's LE could be a good entry long right here. Again, that's I was kind of worried that they would probably do that, come back down and tag some people short, and run those stops down here because my stop obviously the logical point would be about 22.20, 22 and a half, 20. So now they definitely could push this higher now, but also they could push it lower. So time will tell. What was I doing? I was doing something on the other screen here. I'm gonna step away here for a few minutes. I'll be back. 10:35. Give myself a good 20 minutes, 15 minutes or so to. Yeah, they're pushing lower here. They're pushing lower. So, yeah, this is what we're doing. We're coming back at 10:35. Be back. Okay, I'm back. 10:33. So looking at the indices here, which I'm probably not gonna touch. I think I'm probably done actually taking positions for today. But it looks like this market wants to go higher at the moment when I'm looking at ES on the big picture here, 30 minute. So this market looks like it wants to go higher. But there's a trend line over here. I'd be careful. Say this market keep going this about 56, 62. That could be a resistance. But I think this market wants to move higher here. Overnight, we had definitely some movement to the downside. When it opened yesterday, the big candle to the upside. So, overall, I can still break this trend line. I think we're still probably in the downtrend from the overnight action. Let's see. NQ, same thing. We're approaching resistance here on NQ. As a matter of fact, NQ right in the middle of a fair value gap here. So I could see some movement to the downside. And same thing here. Got this trend line here on ES. I'm in an NQ. So look at YM. So all three of them are kind of turning to the downside here at the moment. So look at more shallow trend line here. Yeah, I think today will be a one and done for me. Just not trying to chase any loss at the moment. So with that said, I'm gonna end the YouTube stream. Probably hang out on WebEx for a little bit here. Let's see. And Tramper.com community room. If you're watching on YouTube, you definitely can check that out because there's no delay there. That's a cool thing with that. YouTube does a 2 or 3 second delay, but definitely gonna go do something else here. Looks like we're going lower on LE still. ZS, which I thought about for a quick second. 9 o'clock, 9:30 here. We open lower. We hit the VWAP, coming back down. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, this was Joseph with Small Money Traders. Today, one trade, one loss on LE. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care. Hopefully you guys did better than I did today. So with that said, see you guys later. Bye bye.